Did you know that every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a heart attack or stroke? Even more alarming, nearly 1 in 4 people who die from a heart attack showed no classic symptoms beforehand. No chest pain, no dramatic collapse, just feeling a little tired after walking across the room, a bit of nausea, shortness of breath after climbing the stairs, and then they never wake up again. Many chalk it up to aging, but it's not just aging. It's the silent warning signs of an impending heart attack. And if you're a woman over 60, the danger of being misdiagnosed is even greater. The CDC confirms that women often experience atypical heart attack symptoms like jaw pain, backaches, anxiety, nausea, or even sleeplessness instead of the crushing chest pain typically seen in men. The greatest threat isn't the symptoms, it's the silence, the assumption, the irreversible ending. But if you're watching this video, you're choosing a different path. A path that helps you recognize early warning signs of heart attacks and strokes, understand what's normal and what's not. A path that shows you how to prevent these life-altering events with just a few simple daily habits. No complicated medications, no expensive equipment. This is your moment to reclaim control of your heart. Don't wait for a 911 call to take action. Start right here, right now. One breath, one step, one insight at a time. Sometimes the body doesn't shout, it whispers. And in those whispers lie the warnings we so often dismiss as just getting older. You feel a little more tired than usual, a strange sense of anxiety, trouble sleeping, maybe your back aches or your stomach feels unsettled. For women over 60, these could be early symptoms of a heart attack, not aging. According to the American Heart Association, women are more likely than men to experience non-traditional heart attack symptoms, including fatigue, nausea, shortness of breath, and even jaw or back pain, often without chest discomfort at all. In fact, one study found that 43% of women didn't experience any chest pain during their heart attack. Circulation, 2003. For men, the signs tend to be more textbook: chest pressure, pain in the left arm, or sudden shortness of breath. Yet many still ignore them until it's too late. We've been conditioned to wait for a dramatic event. But the truth is, most heart attacks and strokes don't begin with drama. They begin with discomfort. And then there's stroke, the silent twin to heart attack. The CDC reminds us to think fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, time to call 911. But not every stroke screams for help. Especially in older adults, minor stroke symptoms like brief confusion, dizziness, or facial twitching can be easily missed. According to the National Stroke Association, 1 in 3 people can't name even one symptom of stroke, a gap in awareness that can cost lives. So what does this mean for you? It means that when your body whispers, you need to listen. It means that trusting your intuition, noticing patterns, and taking small changes seriously is no longer optional. It's life-saving. Quote, "If something feels different, don't explain it away. Explore it. Because catching it early is not fear, it's wisdom." Now that you've learned how to listen to your body's subtle signals, it's time to respond with gentle yet powerful actions. One of the most effective ways to protect your heart and prevent stroke isn't found in a prescription bottle or hospital procedure. It begins with movement. Simple, intentional, daily movement that respects your age, honors your limitations, and still delivers results. Many people over 60 worry that exercise means lifting heavy weights or running on treadmills, but that's a myth. In fact, studies consistently show that low-impact physical activity can dramatically improve heart health. The American Heart Association states that adults who engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week reduce their risk of cardiovascular events by up to 31%. But even if that number feels intimidating, what matters most is starting. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can create a meaningful shift, especially when you choose the right movements. Let's start with wall push-ups. They may sound insignificant, but this one motion engages your chest, arms, and shoulders while increasing blood flow to your upper body. As you press against the wall, you're also improving your vascular flexibility, which plays a vital role in regulating blood pressure. Research published in the Journal of Hypertension has shown that resistance exercises like wall push-ups can reduce systolic blood pressure by 4 to 6 millimeters of mercury in older adults, even with short sessions performed regularly. Next is chair squats. This movement strengthens your thighs and glutes, the largest muscles in your body. Strong legs support better circulation and balance, both of which decline with age if left untrained. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that leg strength is more predictive of longevity in older adults than almost any other physical measure. When you rise from a chair without using your hands, you're not just building strength, you're reinforcing independence. Then comes walking. Brisk walking, even just around your block or within your home, elevates your heart rate gently and boosts circulation. According to the National Institutes of Health, walking for as little as 15 minutes a day can lower systolic blood pressure by up to 10 points over time. The act of walking also reduces stress hormones like cortisol, which, when chronically elevated, strain the heart and blood vessels. If you walk with a friend or a pet, the benefits multiply, supporting not only physical wellness but emotional resilience. These movements don't demand perfection. They ask for presence, consistency, and care. They don't just change your blood pressure readings, they change your relationship with your body. They remind you that you're still strong, still capable, and still in control of your health. If you have arthritis, joint pain, or difficulty balancing, modify movements to suit your needs. Use a countertop for support. Begin with fewer repetitions. And as always, consult your doctor before starting a new routine if you have a history of heart or stroke conditions. You started to move your body with purpose. Now it's time to nourish it with equal intention. What you put on your plate each day is more than just fuel. It is either healing you or quietly harming you. For older adults, especially those living with high blood pressure, heart disease, or stroke risk, the right nutrition is one of the most powerful tools we have to protect long-term health. Studies from the American College of Cardiology have shown that up to 80% of cardiovascular diseases could be prevented with dietary and lifestyle changes alone. That's not a small number. It's a wake-up call and a message of hope. You have more control than you may think. So what should a heart-healthy diet really include? The answer is surprisingly simple and rooted in nature. Dark leafy greens like kale and spinach are rich in nitrates, which help widen blood vessels and improve blood pressure regulation. Oats contain soluble fiber that binds to cholesterol in the digestive tract, helping to lower LDL cholesterol. Fatty fish such as salmon and sardines provide omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and support stable heart rhythm. Berries are packed with antioxidants that fight oxidative stress. Everyday foods like bananas, almonds, and garlic are also potent allies, thanks to their high levels of potassium, magnesium, and natural blood pressure-lowering compounds. At the same time, it's crucial to know what to avoid. Processed and packaged foods often hide large amounts of sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats. Excess sodium is particularly dangerous for those with congestive heart failure or hypertension. Guidelines from the American Heart Association recommend limiting sodium intake to no more than 1,500 milligrams per day for individuals at risk.
Even seemingly innocent choices like canned soups or deli meats can exceed that limit in a single serving. Added sugars, often found in sodas and baked goods, contribute to weight gain and increase triglycerides, further straining the heart. One study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that consuming just one sugary drink per day can raise your risk of heart disease by up to 20%. If you're looking for a starting point, the DASH diet is one of the most studied and trusted approaches. It emphasizes fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and low-fat dairy while reducing sodium and saturated fats. In clinical trials, this diet has been shown to reduce systolic blood pressure by up to 11 millimeters of mercury in people with hypertension within just 2 weeks. If you are managing congestive heart failure, extra care is needed to avoid foods that contribute to fluid retention. That includes high-sodium soups, pickled foods, and most fast food options. Always read labels carefully and prioritize meals cooked at home using fresh ingredients. Eating well isn't about perfection. It's about care. Every meal is a new opportunity to support your body and your future. With every bite, you're choosing to stay. You're choosing to keep going. And that, in itself, is powerful. As we age, our bodies change, not just on the outside, but within. The nutrients we absorb, the way we handle stress, even how we sleep, all of these begin to shift. And while food and movement are foundational, they're not always enough. That's when we ask a common question: should I take supplements for heart health? The answer, as with most things, lies in balance and knowledge. Certain supplements have been shown to support cardiovascular function, especially in older adults. Magnesium plays a vital role in regulating blood pressure and rhythm. A deficiency in magnesium is linked to increased risk of heart arrhythmias and hypertension, especially in seniors. Coenzyme Q10, or QOQ10, is naturally produced in the body but declines with age. Supplementing with coenzyme Q10 has shown promise in improving energy production in heart cells and lowering oxidative stress. According to a 2018 review in the Journal of Clinical Medicine, patients with heart failure who took coenzyme Q10 had significantly better outcomes and quality of life. Omega-3 fatty acids, typically found in fish oil, are among the most studied for heart health. They help lower triglycerides, reduce inflammation, and may decrease the risk of arrhythmias. Potassium, when used safely and with guidance, supports the heart by balancing fluid and sodium levels, reducing blood pressure. However, high potassium levels can be dangerous for people with kidney conditions, which is why any supplement should always be discussed with a healthcare provider. That leads us to an important reminder. Supplements can help, but only when taken responsibly. The label natural does not always mean safe. Always consult a doctor or a registered dietitian before adding anything new to your regimen, especially if you're taking medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood thinners. While we nourish the body with vitamins, let us not forget the most overlooked organ in heart health: the mind. Chronic stress is no longer just a buzzword, it's a medical risk. The American Psychological Association notes that ongoing stress can lead to elevated blood pressure, increased inflammation, and higher rates of cardiac events. Stress silently taxes the heart in ways we often underestimate. But here's the hopeful part. Just a few minutes of intentional calm each day can make a measurable difference. Deep breathing techniques, like the box breathing method, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, have been found to lower blood pressure and slow the heart rate within minutes. Mindful meditation, gentle music, or even sharing a story with someone you trust can bring the nervous system back into balance. And remember, the heart is not just muscle. It is memory, meaning, and emotion. It needs more than nutrients. It needs peace. What you give your heart emotionally is just as important as what you feed it physically. As we prepare to close this journey, let's return to the simple idea. Living well isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about presence. And above all, it's about choosing life with intention, day by day, breath by breath.
Heart health in our later years is not just about data or diagnosis. It's about a journey, one rooted in care, in presence, in the quiet courage to choose life fully, even now. This journey begins with listening to your body's whispers before they become shouts. It continues through gentle, consistent movement that honors your strength. It's shaped by thoughtful meals that nourish without burden. It's supported by the right supplements, taken wisely, and protected by a calm, centered mind. All of these are choices, and every choice is a small act of love for yourself, for those who love you, and for the life that still has much to offer. So now, ask yourself quietly, is your later life a chapter of waiting or the start of living more fully than ever before? Because aging isn't the closing of a story. It's the beginning of a powerful, beautiful new one. Finally, please remember that the information in this video is for educational and inspirational purposes. To get medical advice that is best suited for your individual health condition, especially if you have underlying medical issues or are taking medication, please always consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional.